For many males, approaching women might be intimidating. Although it takes a certain amount of self-assurance, communication skills, and the capacity to read nonverbal clues, there is a particular personality type that seems to excel in this area: the Sigma male. Although the Sigma man avoids attention-seeking behaviors and doesn't pursue women, he is still able to meet and attract women in his own unique way. While an alpha male may barge in with a pickup line, a Sigma male will be more astute and cautious, making sure to check the woman's body language, attitude, and general demeanor before making his move. Sigma men approach women differently because they don't follow the traditional norms of dating. A Sigma will never approach a woman if he hasn't seen an initial sign of interest, whether it be an eye contact, a smile, or a civil body language cue. Without further ego, here are 9 ways that true Sigma guys approach women, since this is what makes him unique. One of the most crucial tenets of Sigma is that they refrain from asking questions that have a single word as an answer. One of the worst things you can do when approaching women who show signs of interest is to bombard them with questions that can be answered with a single word. This will come across as forced and could make her feel uncomfortable, even if she is interested in you. Instead, ask thought-provoking questions. For instance, instead of asking, "Are you from around here?" which can be answered with a simple yes or no, try asking, "What do you like most about this place or city?" This will give her the chance to talk about herself and allow you to think of follow-up questions that could lead to a date. Not only does this approach show your sharp wit and intelligence, but it also makes her feel like she can open up to you, which automatically sets you above the average guy who is just trying to hit on her 2 horns. Sigma men focus on asking open-ended questions that truly allow her to express herself. Nonverbal communication's power. The majority of men are unaware of the power of nonverbal communication in seduction. They use it unknowingly and typically with the wrong intentions. They are also unaware of whether their body language conveys the wrong messages because they are not aware of it. They come across as overly aggressive or even intimidating. They believe they can use it to demonstrate dominance or power, but most of the time it backfires. Even if she is interested in you, it will be difficult for her to feel attracted to you because of the way you present yourself. It makes you appear weak and insecure, like a child trying to hide its feelings. Imagine having a meaningful conversation with a woman, but your body language conveys her uncertainty or lack of confidence. Talking about flaws. The key to effective nonverbal communication is nuisance, not force. It takes practice to become proficient in nonverbal communication, but once you do, it can be a powerful tool for seduction. 3. Sigma men are direct but not aggressive. While this approach may have a slight edge of aggression, it is nothing compared to the boldness of a classic alpha male. Sigma men use it to create an atmosphere of safety and comfort because their gestures and facial expressions are in line with their words, making them naturally attractive to women. Sigma men are the ideal balance between alpha and beta males because they know when to step back and when to take the initiative. They also know how to balance things with respect and understanding. They don't play games or beat around the bush like some alphas do. Instead, they are aware of when a woman is expressing interest and are confident enough to approach her in a respectful but assertive way, which relieves her of some of the pressure and makes it easier for her to open up. When you take it seriously, she starts to wonder whether you're a genuine guy or just acting that way. 4. When it comes to approaching women, they prioritize confidence above boasting. Many men assume that impressing women is the key to success and that bragging about their successes would win over any lady. However, Sigma men understand that confidence is the first factor that attracts a woman. Being confident is about believing in yourself and being at ease in your own skin. It is not about being conceited or self-centered, but rather about having a strong sense of self-worth. When you approach a woman with confidence, you are demonstrating to her that you value your time and yourself, which is a very alluring trait. Though this may work on some, it only makes a man look desperate and insecure. Imagine how much more attractive you will be when you focus on communicating your confidence rather than trying to impress her by emphasizing confidence over bragging. On the other hand, bragging about yourself may make her feel as though you are trying to prove something to her or others, making her feel like she is nothing more than a trophy and that you are just trying to show off. Sigma guys may approach women with confidence and ease. They don't need to use corny catchphrases or prepared remarks to impress a lady. Instead, they just show who they are. 5. Sigma men have an edge over alpha males in the ability of listening rather than hearing. Because Sigma men are often introverted and introspective, they are naturally inclined to listen more than they speak, which can be a powerful asset when it comes to dating as women. Alphas tend to think they know everything and don't really listen to women because they are so focused on impressing them with their knowledge that they forget to pay attention to what she is actually saying. He doesn't pursue women. He is still able to meet and attract women in his own unique way. While an alpha use active listening strategies like paraphrasing and reflecting to demonstrate that you are genuinely interested in the conversation. You have no idea how appealing this ability can be to women. Start by being present in the moment, putting away your phone and other distractions and concentrating on the person in front of you. Ask open-ended questions that encourage them to share their thoughts and feelings and pay close attention to their responses. Keep in mind that listening is more than just hearing what someone is saying. It's also about understanding their emotions and perspective. One of Sigma men's greatest obstacles. Finding common ground with women might be difficult, since Sigmas are often independent and nonconformist. They may also have interests and pastimes that are less prevalent or unlikely to be shared by the broader public. Finding common ground with a Sigma man requires creativity and open-mindedness. This could be anything from a love of music to travel or a passion. Once you discover something you have in common, the conversation will flow easily, and it will be simpler to establish a sincere connection. Additionally, don't be scared to mention odd hobbies or interests. Women value individuality and distinctiveness. Finding common ground is more than simply talking about the same subjects. It also entails taking the time to really listen to and comprehend one another's viewpoints. Even if it could need some work and imagination, Sigma men are able to establish an emotional connection that transcends casual discussions. You will discover that the effort is worthwhile. 7. Using comedy to break the ice. Although some guys believe they can simply wing it, being humorous really takes a certain amount of talent and refinement. Humor is one of the most effective ways to attract and connect with women, but it's also one of the toughest abilities to acquire. It is unattractive and even repulsive to sound like a clown. The key to comedy is timing, tone, and delivery. In order to break the ice and make her feel at ease, Sigma men utilize their wit and intellect to insert smart jokes into talks. However, they are aware that there is a thin line between being humorous and being more offensive, so they always take care to strike a healthy balance. They use humor as a bridge to make the transition from stranger to friend or even more seamless, which can give them an advantage over many alpha males who frequently lack the ability to use humor tactfully or attractively. Humor can also be used to subtly flirt with women in a way that is both tasteful and humorous, which builds an emotional connection and more intimacy between two people. 8. Accepting their genuineness. Authenticity is one of the fundamental tenets of the Sigma man methodology. Sigma men recognize that the cornerstone of every successful relationship is being authentic, which entails embracing your eccentricities, hobbies, and interests, even if they don't conform to conventional gender norms. Instead of trying to impress women with expensive gifts or fancy cars, they concentrate on developing a sincere connection based on common interests and values. This calls for honesty and vulnerability, which can be frightening at first, but eventually results in deeper, more satisfying relationships. To embrace your authenticity as a Sigma, it will be simpler to connect with women who share your beliefs and respect your originality after you have a clear understanding of who you are. Begin by thinking about your priorities and values. What matters most to you in life? 9. Dealing with rejection. Dealing with rejection is one of the most difficult aspects of dating. Although Sigma men are skilled at spotting subtle signs that someone is interested, they may also be mistaken or misinterpret the signals. Rejection is a natural part of life and should not be interpreted as a failure or personal attack, but rather as a chance to improve. Despite the fact that rejection is a normal component of dating, navigating rejection as a Sigma can still be difficult. Start by changing your perspective so that you see rejection as a chance to grow and learn, rather than as a personal failing or a reflection of your value as a person. Take rejection as an opportunity to reevaluate your objectives and needs and improve the way you approach dating and relationships. Keep an open mind and an optimistic outlook, and you'll discover that rejection is not as frightening or daunting as it may appear unfamiliar. Keep in mind that rejection is not a reflection of your value as a person, and that there are plenty of fish in the water.